Right, Modern Viper, pros and cons. Here we go. So, Modern Viper, the first pro I would like to go over is this thing, one button heavy thunder knuckle. So most characters, if they have a DP sort of move, it's their forward special, and it's frame one air invincible. But then characters that have an anti-air special that isn't a Z motion, so for instance, Viper is just a quarter circle normally. Same with like Aki and Rashid. Characters like that, usually their anti-air special has anti-air invincibility later than frame one. Like Rashid and Aki, since theirs are both quarter circles, they have delayed invincibility. Viper does not have this. This heavy Thunder Knuckle, for all intents and purposes, is just like any other meterless DP. It has frame one air invincibility, and that transfers, of course, to the one button version. So this is a true blue one button frame one anti-air invincible option, which is very nice to have. Now it's not a full DP because the OD version is not a reversal. Like for instance, Rashid, his OD mixer is a reversal and is frame one invincible to everything. Viper's OD Thunder Knuckle is not. It's just a move. It doesn't have any invincibility at all. But this heavy Thunder Knuckle is this is frame one air invulnerable. I did not know this for a while, but it is, and that's very nice to have for Modern Viper. The second good thing Modern Viper has is this one button focus force, which is obviously supposed to kind of be like focus attack from SF4. As you can see, this has armor on frame 4 for the meterless version, and you can hold it to make it last longer. And you can use this just, I mean, it's not the best idea, but if there's something reactable coming your way, you can use this to go through it, like a kind of reactable poke or something. It's like a pseudo drive impact, although it's about as fast. Yeah, it's a little faster than a drive impact, but yeah, you can use the armor on that to sort of go through things, which is kind of nice. And then the OD version is frame 3 armor, and it's a little faster, so you can just use it to go through things. There you go. So as you can see, you can sort of use this to go through moves that your opponent is throwing out, if you can react to them on time. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is there, because usually this is not just a one-button move. I believe it's a quarter circle. So, yeah, that's nice to have. The next pro are all of her one-button supers. They're all pretty solid in their own right. So with SA1, as well as being invincible to strikes and throws, like all level 1s are, hers is also a decent anti-air. It kicks upwards like that, so you can swap people out of the air with this, and then that puts you into the little install state where you get free jump cancels and free extensions on all of your special moves. So that's nice. And then one button level 2 and level 3, they're not as good as not as good for anti-airing, although I think level 2 can sort of anti-air. Well, not really. Yeah, level 2 can sort of anti-air. Level 3, not really. But, I mean, even without being able to anti-air, they're still invincible, so you can still use them to like go through things like Honda Headbutt and just get out of tough situations with a lot of invincibility. So that's nice. The next thing is Viper has a auto hit confirm on this medium auto combo, which is pretty nice. If you get the hit, you get the full level 2, but if they block, Viper will just do the first 2 moves, and -2 is safe on block. It is, I mean, it's still minus, and you are in throw range, but you're not going to get punished. It's still a mix-up. You have a say in what happens in the situation, and it won't just go into the level 2, but it will do it on hit, which is nice if you're just trying to secure a bit of damage, because this combo doesn't do a small amount of damage. I mean, 4,300 is nothing to scoff at. And then the last pro I am going to mention is this heavy auto combo. So on hit, this auto combo does the crouch heavy punch, the seismo, jump cancel, burn kick into level 3, and it does a good chunk of damage. And if the Viper player does not have level 3, she just does heavy thunder knuckle. So that's decent in of itself. But what I want to talk about is how this works on block. So as you can see, this is -10, which is punishable. And as you can see in the frame meter for Ryu, the yellow bars down there, there is a gap down there. So let me just show you this. The first hit, if you just do the first hit of it and Ryu presses a 6th frame, he can punch you out of the seismo. Like you counter hit, Ryu's +7, he gets a combo there. But you can, if you hit with the very edge of this heavy punch, his move will whiff and you'll get the full combo. So that's a little spacing trap you can do there. But you may be wondering, what about the -10, right? Even if you do it up close and they don't press crouching medium punch or whatever move to interrupt, you can just punish the seismo. Well, this is another thing where if you're far away, Ryu's heavy punch will just whiff. And you can, I mean, you can't immediately punish it, but you can then whiff punish it. I mean, with the same auto combo if you want to whiff punish it with that, but you get a whiff punish there if you space it correctly. So at a good spacing, you can beat both pushing to interrupt, or pressing to interrupt, and trying to punish the seismo just by spacing it. Now, up close, doing this is a terrible idea because you're vulnerable to both being interrupted and being punished. But at range, neither of these are an issue. And if you start threatening this, and your opponent realizes that they don't have a great answer to this, I mean, they can still like invincible reversal, I believe. Let me just test that real quick. Well, actually, there is a spacing where you can beat Odie Shoryuken as well, although that's a little harder to get. But if you're threatening the spaced version of this, your opponent will start respecting it, and then you can start doing it closer and closer. And if your opponent doesn't know the matchup, you can get away with this without even having to represent the spacing. You can just go for it. And I will not lie to you, this is how I got mastered with this character, is just abusing this auto combo, because as you saw earlier, it goes into level 3, and that does a lot of damage, but even if it doesn't, you still get the heavy thunder knuckle, and this spends 1 bar of drive, and you refill some of it from the hits, because the jump cancel burn kick, right, spends 1 bar of drive, but then the hits afterwards give you back drive, so it's a net loss of half a bar. And then you can do the extension from the heavy thunder knuckle to get even more damage. And all while, of course, the spacing trap I just showed you, that is a very annoying thing for your opponent to deal with. And that got me to master rank with Modern Viper. It's very abusable. Alright, so now as you can see, we are playing Classic Viper to show you some of the cons of Modern Viper. So Modern Viper cannot do this standing medium punch, which is +6 on hit, so you get a combo there. And I believe, yeah, that's +1 on block, so you get a frame trap with your 4-frame normals, which is nice. So this move is pretty nice to have. 8-frame medium, but it combos into your crouching medium punch and has +1 on block. So there are definitely applications for that move, and it does kind of suck to miss. Another thing that kind of sucks to miss is you don't have this stand heavy kick, which, as you can see, of course, is +4, so you can get a combo there. Actually, it pushes back too much, but it's jump cancelable, and it's one of her strongest jump cancelable options. You'll see a lot of Viper combos that start with, for instance, punish counter, stand heavy kick, because it has this little blowback effect, and you get a lot of frame advantage for the punish counter with that. And also, if the opponent is crumpled, doing this and then jump canceling into whatever more combo you have is very nice for Viper to do, and Modern Viper just doesn't have access to those combos. That's annoying. And then the last thing I will mention is Modern Viper does not have this crouching light punch outside of chains. So if I go back to Modern Viper, basically the idea is that she can do it, but only after another light normal. So like if you press crouch light, you get crouch light kick, right? Auto light is this stand light kick, stand light is this. So, but if you, for instance, do like stand light punch and then do a crouching light, there's the crouching light punch. Same with two crouching lights. The second one's the crouching light punch. But you can't just do it raw, which isn't a huge deal as far as just like doing lights in neutral. I think stand jab is her better one. It's like a decent check and whatnot. But the crouch light punch is nice to have because it's +5 and you can like link out of it. Here, let me just see. There you go. So yeah, you can link your 5-frame out of this move, and you can't do it just by itself, which is a little bit of a downside, but it's not a huge deal. And then the last sort of thing for Modern Viper downsides is that focus force, the quarter circle back kick move is shortcut only. Not that you'll be using this move a ton anyways. It's not a very good move. It's situational at best. But it does 1,000 damage for Classic Viper, and Modern Viper will do 800 damage because of the damage decrease. Yeah, there you go, 800 damage. So that's less damage because it's a shortcut, and if you do quarter circle back in Modern, you just get the Thunder Knuckle because you don't have punch and kick buttons. So that's a little annoying. But yeah, that's all of the pros and cons for Modern Viper. Overall, she's pretty good as far as modern characters go. This one-button Thunder Knuckle is very nice, and then her one-button supers are solid as well. And then this auto combo that hit confirms itself and is a really good spacing trap is really nice to have. And as well as this one with the medium, it's also pretty solid. But really, this can carry a low-level Viper. It carried me. I got master with this character by basically spamming the heavy auto combo at range and then punishing people who didn't respond correctly. So yeah, Modern Viper, pretty solid. Loses a little bit, but you can still do most of the Viper things that you'd want to do. And overall, she's pretty good. I recommend her. Thank you.